Welcome back. This is eRacing GP America Edition, and we just saw a very exciting copper class, and now we are doing the bronze class. My name's Alex Young, and with me in the commentary box, that way, is Amo Hazik. Amo, Good to have you on board.
Yep, thanks again, Alex, for the invitation, and looking forward to this one as well. In this time, Wings and Slicks cars, the Formula 4 cars, which are going to be slightly faster than the Crazy 1 cars, but nonetheless, it's still going to provide some exciting action.
Okay, that's right. So we are in the Tatuus Formula 4 cars. Let's go straight to the championship positions, shall we? And the bronze class, the top 10 are a bit like this. Gav Quintos with 47 points lead the championship, and you can see, look at that, Philippines 1, 2, 3, 4, Sayco in second, Gonzalez in third, and Sumodobila, who dominated round 2 but missed round 1 after his rig had a mechanical failure, in 4th position. Henry Cole from Singapore in 5th, Felix Young from Hong Kong in 6th, Axel Nokom from Philippines in 7th, Edward Wong and Nazir Azman, the two Malaysians, in 8th and 9th, and LJ Mutic from Philippines round out the top 10. Just a reminder of the Nations Cup. The Nations Cup is the overall championship for the countries across all 4 classes, across bronze, copper, silver and gold. And Philippines, wow, they're really leading this. They're very strong in copper and bronze, and that's why they are dominating this Nations Cup at the moment. Similar things in the Teams Cup, again across all 4 championships. Sim Racing Filipinas leading that championship. Stratus Motorsports with 135 points, so one of the real-life motorsports teams in this eRacing championship, with Tedco X Project Moo Racing in 3rd. These are our championship leaders. You can see Miko Nasi is leading the gold class, which are coming up later. Dylan Tan in silver class, and now Gav Quintos, our championship leader, in bronze class in 3rd. We just watched the copper class, and Francis Matrillo, he has lost the championship lead now, and Thiago Oliveira from New Zealand now leads that class. Okay, so we're at Daytona, Ammo. We're back with the Tatuus cars. These are kind of low-powered single-seaters, but still going to be challenging for around Daytona, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. And the fact that the Wings and Slicks, the cars are going to be at a big advantage here because they have enough grip to power through corners. But having said that, these are the lower end of the spectrum for the Wings and Slicks cars. We're gonna have to see a lot of drafting, because that's the kind of thing that happens when you have a wing car, where they have a hole, they punch through the hole in the air. They're gonna be close to each other when they're on the straights. It's gonna be difficult through the corners. We didn't see that much last time out with Mid Ohio, because there was plenty of corners where they could easily lose it because of the dirty air. But here we're gonna see a lot of slipstreaming, like we see in actual oval racing. So this will be a taster of what we're gonna see in IndyCar.
Yeah, it's going to be big time slipstreaming. At the moment, Christian Ducois, I hope I pronounced that right, is in the front from the Philippines. A lot of Filipino drivers in this class as well. But they'll be doing race pace stuff right now, won't they? Or will they be doing qualifying runs?
I think it'll be the latter, because qualifying right now is the one that they're going to try to aim for to get the fastest lap possible, as even in practice, because they just want to actually get warmed up, and then once they get to the qualifying, they're already on it. They don't want to actually just switch on from one program to another, as these cars, they take a lot of speed to carry. So it's important that they get a fast qualifying pace on it before they go straight into the actual qualifying race session proper.
Okay, well, we are looking at these drivers driving around the Daytona road course. This is normally an oval, which hosted famous tracks, famous races, obviously, like Daytona for NASCAR, Daytona 24 Hours, a sports car race normally held at the beginning of the year. And so we're on the road course at the Daytona 24 Hours. So we're going to go for on-board lap. Jason Tay, who is driving in the Gold class in the cars, takes us around a lap of Daytona.
Hello everyone, my name is Jason, and today I'll be taking you for a lap around the Daytona International Speedway in the road course layout. So here we are on the final corner of the track, entering the start-finish straight. Let's out all the way and enjoy the views of Daytona as we cross the start-finish line. Focus into turn 1. You want to be trail braking your car into it. You don't want to be locking your wheels, but you also want to carry speed through it. On the gas on the exit. Come on the brakes again for this. Get the car turned in. Gently come on the power again. And flat out to this small kink. Car on the brakes. Sure brake into this corner here. You might be rolling the car into the corner and gently squeezing the power on the exit. On the brakes for this. Gently do the same thing as you run wide onto the oval section of the track and just enjoy the banks of Daytona. Take a breather for the next few corners. They are the scariest corners of this track. As we enter the bus stop chicane. You can't see the corner, but now you can see it. Send it into the left, into the right, back out through here. Hope you don't run wide. And that's it. Those are the scariest corners of the track. And mark my words, lots of accidents will happen over there in the race. It may be me, but I hope not. As we just pass the final corner of the track and onto the start-finish straight and across the line to end the lap. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you later on track.
Alright, now we're back to the action for the practice, and we're gonna have to see whether or not what Jason says just now will be true, because we had a lot of drivers going for the overtake maneuvers at the bus stop, but it didn't pay off. As we're looking now at Sumodobila. Before we go into the spotters guide, right now we're gonna have to see the championship, whether or not the drivers in the championship are up there in the practice sessions. We look at Sumodobila.
Yeah, Sumodobila, he dominated round 2, didn't he, Ammo? He's looking, I mean, okay, he's not at the top, but you know, come qualifying, when it's time to really put down the lap, he'll be there. He actually is our reigning Copper champion. He won Copper in Global Edition 2, so we had to move him up to Bronze. And to be honest, he's more than good enough for Bronze. So we might have to move him up to Silver for the next one.
And actually, because I also raced with him in our Sim Racers Asia ACC League for GT3, he's up there. There's no denying that he is actually quite fast. He is actually gold rated in that particular game. So he's actually quite a ringer in disguise, in all honesty. We can safely say it. As one car stops on the apron on the inside, we go with him coming along to the start-finish line as he starts another lap here around Daytona. Yeah,
he does a good job of masking his potential, perhaps. Let's have a look at championship leader Gav Quintos. Similar cars, they like the Philippine coloured cars. You can see the red, white, and blue there. And Quintos, wow, he just went quickest of all in Sector 1, so he's gone purple. So maybe he's trying a qualifying run now. We know he'll be there. He's always very aggressive, always dramatic to watch.
And speaking of dramatic, look at that. He hugs the inside the apron, which is something that in these high bank ovals you wouldn't want to do, because the more that you go into the inside, the more that the car will tend to skate, because there's no grip there. It's between the apron and the high bank oval itself, so the level of camber there might easily set you off into the inside. So we saw that even during practice for the IndyCar drivers, that they hug it. Look at that again. Yeah. He hugs the inside. Now I'm not sure it really works. As you can see there, he's now 3/10 slower. It is his personal best, but I think it just scrubs off speed. It just doesn't really work. You need to actually go in between the oval or in the middle of the apron, in middle of the road, to get more speed. As we can see, he comes across the line now. It's not going to be the fastest for sure.
Yeah, I think it just depends on what works, isn't it? Because obviously they try and take the shortest distance. If it's easy flat, definitely worth trying. But like you said, it's whether or not that you introduce extra drag by running down there. I remember when I did Champ Car on an oval, we'd quite often stick our wheels on the apron if it was easy flat at Louset Ring. So yeah, I tell you what, doing that at 300 kilometers per hour, over 300 kilometers per hour, was certainly interesting.
Yep. And we see that also. We see that of course in the Indy cars when they do it in the Indy 500, where remember we saw Fernando Alonso when he did in 2017, how he touched the grass with it. He had to catch it because the apron there really catches out the car. You need really quick reflexes to save it, don't you, Alex?
Yeah, I definitely do. Well, it's a good fun oval racing. I do enjoy it. I only ever did one proper oval race, but I must say I really loved it. Some drivers don't like oval racing. They don't take to it. I always regret not doing more, I think. I mean, the driving is not as interesting as driving on a road track. You know, you're just turning left and it's mostly flat, but the racing is amazing. All the slipstreaming, or the closing down you do. It's quite incredible. Okay, Gav Quintos, they're looking good. Let's have a look at some of the other drivers. Voltaire Sayco has also been good in another Filipino looking car. Let's just look at some of the other non-Filipino drivers, perhaps.
Yeah.
Like Henry Ko, Nazir Azman. We know they'll be very strong.
And the fact that for Henry Ko, he's having quite a promising championship so far. He's 5th in the championship with 36 points.
Yeah.
He's not that far off from Gav Quintos.
Yeah.
And because I've seen Henry race a few times before. Probably.
I'm just going to interrupt you just for a second
yeah.
there, Ammo, because we're just running out of practice time. Just want to have a quick look at the spotter's guide. So you can see that it's dominated by Filipino drivers. They're kind of everywhere, and they run, like we said, the white, blue, and red cars. And some of the other drivers out there, we mentioned Edward Wong and Nazir Azman from Malaysia. Jacob Lauter, he's running on the Malaysian flag. He's actually American, but based here in Malaysia. A new driver, so Yevon David, the older brother, or slightly older brother, shall I say. And quite a few Americans there, 1 or 2 Americans there as well, joining the series.
Yep. As we can see, there's 6 out of the top 10 are all Filipinos. There's no wonder we could see them dominate the Nations Cup. So they will be hoping to do the same thing here again and continue to dominate this particular class to contribute to the overall championship. That's amazing that they really work well together.
Okay, so we're watching Zuriel Sumodobila, winner of round 2, dominated round 2 really. As he comes across the last corner here, start his qualifying lap, his first qualifying lap of the day.
Right, and we come across the line now. We start a lap here around Daytona with Zuriel Sumodobila as he comes across the line to break the timing beam now. And there you go, he starts his first lap here at the Daytona road course. Coming to the first corner, we saw plenty of action here in the copper classes because it's an overtaking spot, but it's a dangerous one. He negotiates there safely, runs out a bit wide because he just froze the car, and you need to carry a lot of speed with these Formula 4 cars as he now comes into turn 3. Very tight here at the International Horseshoe. And it opens up around the outside. We saw plenty of drivers also going wide there to actually defend or attack. We saw plenty of drivers going for the latter to attack around the outside. Now through the kink. And as I mentioned earlier, they had an accident here back in 2014 involving a Gainsco 99 DPI with a Ferrari 458. Luckily, the driver survived, but the car, that particular Gainsco car, was taken off for the rest of the season. Now that through turn 5 comes Zuriel to turn 6, and now we're up to the oval. This is where the open wheel cars will feel a bit more natural here because the wheels touch the ground first as opposed to the bodywork touching the ground first. Through the oval, up to the banking. Now does he hug the inside? No. Because we saw several drivers, including his fellow countrymen, hug the inside line coming into the oval, but not this time. He just hugs it a bit, but not onto the apron. Now then, coming onto the back straight, into the bus stop. We saw earlier Jason Tay mentioning about this being a danger zone, and it was for plenty of drivers in the copper class. So far so good here for Sumodobila. We're not seeing how that Formula cars will tackle it. We're going to see it very soon in about 4 minutes time. Through the last corner, this is where the momentum carried from the bus stop will come good.
Wow, this is really going to be a slipstream battle, isn't it, Ammo? These cars are full throttle for so long. As Zuriel Sumodobila comes across the finish line, goes through the last corner and turn 12, and there's this small little kink here. That's it, as he comes across the finish line now, and that's pole position, a 52.5, a very good lap.
Wow, and yeah, we saw 152s during the practice. He has actually confirmed that is actually the actual pace for this one, unless Sumodobila comes through and he does it. Sorry, that was Sumodobila just now. Sumodobila with a 52.5. His countryman Joseph Flores just behind him by about 0.05 of a second. This could be close between the Filipinos at the front of the grid.
And look at that, Gav Quintos right down there, 6/10 down. He's got to do better than that, I think, as he starts his second lap here. Let's just follow him for a while, see how his Sector 1 is, see if he improves on this lap.
Through the kink. And into turn 5. Right now he breaks, there we go, he breaks the timing beam. 2/10 off, which will put him right about 5th place where Felix Young is right now. So he's going to have to make up a lot of time coming to the second and third sectors. This is about the only time that he could make up here in the second one before he comes onto the oval. Keeps it tight. throws the car in. There's plenty of speed coming out of the corner, and he goes onto the banking now. Look at that. He doesn't have as much bump as the Kia cars because the wheels touch the apron, from the apron to the oval first, and it's not as bumpy as we saw in the Kia. But look at that. He hugs the inside line onto the apron as Brett McCombs actually messaged us in the live chat. He says that it actually reduces downforce, but you only have to drop one wheel over the very little to raise the front end. So yeah, it just takes a little bit to just well, it takes more than that to actually raise the car into the apron. But whatever it is, it just only reduces a bit of speed. But crucially, it's not going to be that much of a deterrent as we now watch Edward Wong, who's in third. He's a 10th off in the first sector. He's a 10th off in the second sector as well. He's going to be right up there in third still, but will he improve this lap because he's green in the first two sectors?
Yeah, it's really good. Edward Wong from Malaysia. He's a 4th position at the moment. He's just got bumped down by someone, but he's 2/10 down. That's all about the exit out of the bus stop chicane if he wants to try and get onto the front row. Whoa! That... wow.
Wow, where did that come from? He made a lot of time in that second sector, and he didn't really look that all that spectacular to actually get that time, but he did. He was just faster at greens in the first two sectors, which was his personal best, and now he just went and got pole position by about 800ths from Sumodobila. This is now he's become now the guy to watch for this race.
Wow, Edward Wong, he's on pole position, 50 seconds to go. Let's see if someone else can top them. See who is out there. No one's on the lap at the moment. Oh, Felix Young is. Oh, he's 4/10 down that first sector, so that's not looking very good. Emmanuel, let's see how his first sector is. Rio Emmanuel from Indonesia. He is currently in 11th position, but he goes through sector 1, and let's see if this goes green. No, he's not able to go any quicker. So look at Sayco. Nah, okay, so it doesn't look like anyone's going to improve. So Edward Wong takes his first pole position. What a lap by the Malaysian. And Jonathan Takumi Lee from Singapore, he popped that in from nowhere as well.
Wow.
So we don't have a Philippine front row. So far this year, the front row has been dominated by Philippines, and but they are dominating the second row. Zuriel Sumodobila in third, and Joseph Flores in 4th position. Duque in 5th. Felix Young from Hong Kong in 6th. Mohamed Zikri in 7th. Gav Kintos in 8th. Adrian Ferguson in 9th.
Wow. That was spectacular from Edward Wong to clinch it right at the death to actually claim his first pole position of the season. But now, that's just qualifying. He got the 5 points in the bag. We're going to have to see whether or not he could convert the race.
Yeah.
Remember, qualifying? Yeah, we say in F1, points don't pay. But in this one, it does. But it only pays so little compared to when the race actually, you get the points.
Yeah, I mean, we were watching Edward Wong, right? And he looked like he was down a bit, but his bus-stop chicane, that last sequence of corners, obviously just worked for him so well. And it was enough to put the Malaysian on pole.
But he's got a lot of work to do. Despite having his a fellow Causeway member, which is Jonathan Kumili, who is part of the Team Uncle Racing outfit, right behind him. And he has plenty of Filipinos to look out for. Red lights are on. Holding revs is quite a long red light here, and we're off. Edward gets a good start as Takumi Lee gets bogged a bit. He's gonna get taken by Sumodobila. Sumodobila goes to the inside as the cars now stream into the first corner for the first time. Edward Wong with a sizable lead coming to the first corner. That's the start he wanted as Takumi Lee goes around the outside and he actually maintains second position while Sumodobila is now gonna slot back into third. Felix Young in 4th as the 4th field now stream to turn 5.
Really good start. Takumi Lee, though, goes wide at the next corner and allows Sumodobila to just get it through the second position. Jonathan will be ruining that mistake. He does look down the inside, though, for turn 4. Oh, just manages to sneak through in the orange car, but Sumodobila has the inside for the next corner and is able to make the move his.
Well, side by side he goes just now, and he takes up his second position. Now then, he's only about a second behind Edward Wong. This is all not lost yet. Remember, this is just the start of the race. But look at that. Sumodobila just means business after missing out last time out due to a mechanical failure to his rig. He is back in action and he's back in business. He just wants to have his championship right here. He wants to win the championship here, just like how he dominated Copper.
Sumodobila there in second position, but up in front, it's all about Edward Wong. As we see these cars come through, Felix Young is 4th position right behind these cars, having a good look at him. And here we are on board with him. Whoa, watching the battle through the bus-stop chicane. Sumodobila holds on to second in front of them in the white car. But now Felix Young gets a good exit out of the bus-stop chicane. He will get the slipstream of Takumi Lee. Will this be enough to edge in front though?
Yeah, I think he's in the slipstream right now. He's within 2/10 at least. He could get him by the time he comes to first corner. But look at that. Even with the toe, it's still a little bit... No, it's not enough. Because compared to what we saw in the Kias, we saw plenty of drafting action. But having said that, look at that. Takumi Lee is now going to get swamped here by Christian Duque and by Felix Young. Young goes around the outside. Duque goes on the inside. Duque has the line coming to the first corner. No, he nearly made it work, but unfortunately for him, Young is even braver on the brakes and he holds on to fourth. And miraculously, the three drivers involved in this particular scrap maintain their positions.
Right, I'll tell you who else has a good start. Gav Kintos, he didn't qualify so well, but he's up to 7th position. So he's behind that battle for 4th position. Look at that train of cars he's leading. Zikri behind him. Voltaire Sayco's there. Flores is there. Francis Andrew Gonzalez, another driver who's been struggling so far. Normally we see him further up as well. But this is the battle for 3rd position as well. Lee there and Felix Young and Duque just behind him.
Wow, and the fact that I thought Sumodobila might have made a beeline for it, but no. In fact, Takumi Lee still has it in his sights. Oh, look at that, the sliding action again. A lot of these drivers just try to carry the speed in these cars. Remember, if you bog a bit of the car coming into a corner, you're going to lose a lot of that momentum coming onto the straight. As Sumodobila, I thought he actually, once he made the move stick for a second, he will get away. But Takumi Lee, he's still within that slipstream. And in fact, likewise, Edward Wong is still with his side. So the top 5 are still having a shot of the win for the first race.
So coming to the bus-stop chicane, we'll have to ride with Duque as well. He's watching that. He's just fallen off the back a little bit of this battle. But let's go down with Felix Young. As he's definitely got the slipstream now as he comes through this long turn 7. Just seems to go on and on in a Formula 4 car. In some of the faster cars, this corner is not that long, but in this car it suddenly is. Looks, there's a gap to the inside. Will he go to the inside? Because Lee's not covering the inside. It allows Young to look at the inside. Oh, I'm so surprised. But he doesn't go. I'm surprised he backed out of that move. Perhaps he thought he couldn't do it by turn 1 and decides that to be a bit precautious as they go through turn 1.
Thinking better of it, he doesn't want to actually ruin what's actually a good position right now. He has the bottom inside. As we look further back, Elijah Mutach. Oh, he's into the barriers, big time. And the damages the car completely. No, it's not a terminal. He's still moving, but unfortunately, that's put paid to any chance of scoring good points here because he was at the tail end of the top 15 there. Now he's sent way to the back of the grid.
Wow. Oh, and championship leader Gav Kintos has also had a disaster. He was up to 7, but he's now fallen back to 14th position, so obviously in the walls there as well. And Yevon David has a stop-go penalty for overtaking on the Yenos. Oh, what a shame for Yevon David.
Oh no, there he is. He just touched Gav Quintos there, and Quintos is going to go into the infield coming to turn 5. That's going to draw the ire of the stewards again. So Yevon David, who got the penalty decision from the virtual stewards, he's going to get an actual penalty from the real stewards as well. It's got completely pear-shaped.
I'm not sure. But you sure that was him? I'm not sure that was him because Yevon was further up the road. He's in the green and black car. He's actually the slightly younger brother of Yannick David. He's only 2 minutes younger, I think. I was just corrected by his father. But yeah, he's looking focused as well. He's a very good karter. Does a lot of karting around the region. Yeah, so he's also, both these brothers have another older brother who is will be competing in gold later on.
Yep. And shout out to all the supporters for their men and boys apparently, because there's a lot of kids racing here from Indonesia, from Malaysia, and from especially the Philippines, because they are rooting here for Axel Nocom. Where is he right now? He's in 21st, which is not making any inroads at the lead at this present time.
Yeah, we'll come back to Axel in a second. But Takumi Lee looking around the outside of Sumodobila. Not able to do it. And instead, down the inside goes Felix Young. Great move by the Hong Kong driver. This is a really good scrap for P2 at the moment.
Wow. This is actually coming into the hands of Edward Wong. This is playing into his hands very nicely indeed. With these three scrapping, he can easily just take off right now from the guys battling for P2. And in fact, Christian Duque fell back a bit. He's not going to get up into the back of these three for the battle for P2. As we now look at Wong, we had a driver there. It looks like Lauter, who's actually an American, who's racing under a Malaysian license for now, he stopped in the middle of the track. I think he's out of the race, so we can disregard him for the battle of the lead.
Yeah, let's stick with the leader. This is the leader, Edward Wong. There's obviously a glitch with the leaderboard because Lauter is not leading the race. I hope he's still driving though. But obviously some sort of issue there. But Edward Wong winning the race at the moment, like you said, benefiting from the battle in second position between Sumodobila, Jonathan Takumi Lee, and Felix Young. And Christian Ducat is also joining this battle.
Another drive-through penalty for Yevin David. So he's got 2 drive-through penalties in one race. That's going to put pain to anything good he's going to get from this race. He's going to have to start at the back of the grid when the second race. That is disaster for the Stratos driver. Now I think that might have been him that took out Gav Quintos, maybe, because he is driving, unless of course it was another Stratos car. We'll have to confirm that by the stewards. But 2 penalties given to him by the virtual stewards is not looking like a good day for him.
And this is looking interesting. Oh, look at that. Felix Young's got a big slipstream. He's on the inside. His wheels are on the yellow line. Oh, he's gone off the yellow line now.
Alex, I think you actually gave a directive to these guys whether or not to actually overtake outside on the apron. That might actually incur the wrath of the stewards.
Yes, but the yellow line is more. Oh, the leader!
Is that what it is? Oh my word! Well, we might blight to him right now because we thought he was gonna get away with it, but unfortunately that has opened up a huge door for everyone to get the lead, and it's Sumodobila, Takumi Lee, and Young who are fighting for second. Now they're gonna fight for the lead as Edward Wong just touches there. Voltaire Sayco, I think. No, it's not Sayco. It's one of the drivers, but unfortunately Edward Wong has thrown away a potential race win.
Heartbreak for the young Malaysian. He was looking really good for the race win with half the race still to go, but instead it's Sumodobila that now leads this race. He's used to winning races in the copper and the bronze class, and he's looking very good indeed, but he won't have it all his own way because the drivers behind have shown to be quick enough. Felix Young and Takumi Lee.
And Takumi Lee is coming on strong here. Well, actually he's dropped now back to third, but he's showing really good promise in this particular race. He has not been that on the pointy end of the grid, at least compared to Henrico, as we were trying to mention earlier. Henrico's doing real well here for the Team Uncle squad, and they both are very decent drivers. They're up there if it's in the midfield, but they're at the pointy end here for this particular race as Takumi Lee goes onto the inside at the bus stop, but Young holds firm around the outside. He's going to get the inside line coming out into the start-finish line. Young will probably be inquired by the stewards for that overtaking maneuver at the start-finish line on the apron. They don't allow it in IndyCar or NASCAR. He might just be on the receiving end of the stewards after this, but right now he's batting for P2. Young tucks into the slipstream at the back of Takumi Lee. They're going to have to work together here because Sumodobila is almost 2 seconds ahead here as they come across the line to start another lap. Lap 6 here of this enthralling race so far.
Oh, look at that slipstream there. Whew, Takumi Lee holds second for now, but now comes to turn 1. Can he hold it through turn 1? We see drivers go around the outside of turn 1. Just holds it. Felix Young's all over the back of him, and now these two scrapping, allowing the white car of Sumodobila to get away in the lead.
And another driver penalty. This time is for a Filipino, Elijah Mutoch, who's running in 22nd, and he's a lap behind. I think he actually did serve penalty now because I did see a Sim Racing Filipinos car coming to the pits. That might have been him, and he might have sped through the pit lane, so he's gonna have to come around and do it again.
They're really side by side for the whole race.
Oh!
I would think they should start working together. If they could work together, they might be able to close the gap back to Sumodobila. But as it is, side by side fighting like this, they're scrapping over every corner. That's really going to allow the leader to disappear away in the front.
Wow. That looked like a close group at first, but now Sumodobila has got what he's wanted. He's making a beeline for it. This is a good return for the ONE's championship leader after round 1. He's going to reclaim the championship lead here in this race, unless he hands out like Edward Wong, who threw away an easy open goal here. He could have taken the win, but right now, it has fallen into the hands of Sumodobila. We watch now the battle for second. Coming to the bus stop. Takumi Lee on the outside. Young on the inside. Can Takumi Lee get him? No, he can't. He's just side by side still, as Young holds firm around the outside. Young still in it. They're at it, hammer and tongs. They've been doing it like this for the last few laps, and they're gonna do it again for yet another lap.
Yeah. Let's just go back to some of the battles behind. Mohamed Zikri there. Oh, he's in a close battle here with Josef Flores as they go through the banking now. Zikri, though, able to make the move. let's go back to Axel Nocom as well. He's having a bad race at the moment. The youngster, I believe he's only 9 years old, youngest driver in our field from Philippines. You can see the picture down there at the bottom. He's there with John Todd, I believe, the FIA president.
Yeah, you're right.
He's normally right at the front. He has won a race in this class before in the ERGP, but yeah, now struggling at the moment.
Well, we can focus on it right now because he's we're gonna fight battle with a guy who's actually supposed to be at the front as well, Henry Coe, who is 5th in the championship. So he's having an absolute mare of a weekend so far, as we're now viewing Adrian Ferguson. And I think because it's the Stratos colors, as he whacks the back of the car right in front of him. It's all no, I think that might have been him that touched Gav Quintos at first. So we're gonna have to look at the stewards' inquiry after this. Messy race there in the midfield.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, Felix Young just all over the back to Kumi leader. Oh, they're both scrapping so hard and just missing the apex there, and that's allowed Duque to come back at them. He's now on the inside. Oh, he's going to get the toe from Lee as well. So Duque is now moved up a position. He's in front of Felix Young.
Okay, side by side there coming through turn 7. Yeah, to Young's detriment, he was battling so hard with him that the fact that Duque has managed to come right up to 3rd place right now. As Young tries to go around the outside through the bus stop, he makes it work. Wow, he had to force his way through there. He had to do it because right now, if he were to actually fall further behind, he can't actually get a podium. So he had to make the mistake, but unfortunately he can't get away from Duque just about yet. Duque is still holding it quite closely in the slipstream coming into the last corner.
I think that was the wrong move. I think Felix shouldn't have tried down the outside. He should have just sat there because that bus stop chicane is too important a corner. You go sideways there, you just lose all the momentum, and that's allowed Takuma Lee to disappear in front. It would have been better to sit behind Duque and then just slipstream him down the straights so that he could remain in contact with Takuma Lee. But by going sideways and just attacking every corner...
Oh!
Whoa, and Duque goes wide there, runs wide, just brakes too late, and that's him out of the fight for 2nd position.
Yep, and he just went wide and maybe onto the marbles because I could see specks of marbles coming into the first corner. In fact, if all the corners on the outside going offline might be a terrible idea right now. But yes, that has actually taken him out of the running because we only have a minute left. And I think this, by right, should be the final lap of the race. Sumodobila has got it in the back, but the battle here we are focusing right now is between 2nd and 3rd. Between Felix Young and Jonathan Takumi Lee. Takumi Lee there got a bit of a tap from Felix Young. That might incur a bit of a penalty due to contact. But so far, no damage between these two cars as we go around to turn 7 and up to the turn 6 and up to the oval now.
Yeah, Felix does look like he's probably the quicker out of the cars in the field, but just maybe some of the racecraft choosing the wrong time and the wrong place to overtake because he really does look quicker. Now, I wouldn't overtake here. I would just stay in the slipstream and use, because you don't want to overtake here, because the only chance of winning this race is you want to slipstream out of the bus stop chicane so you can take the lead at the checkered flag. So good, he's staying behind there. He's not going sideways like he has been in the previous laps. This is a bit smarter by Felix Young. Oh, he doesn't want to be too close. This is too early to overtake at the moment. He's going to now get out of the slipstream when the slipstream is not strong enough, and he's going to fall back again. But we've got to go back to Sumodobila because he is the winner and he is going to win this race. He's 5 seconds in front. We'll come back to the battle in 2nd position, but let's watch Sumodobila as he goes across the line now and takes the win. Well done.
And now we're going to go back to 2nd place. Yes, Takumi Lee holds on for 2nd. What a finish there. 2 races in a row from race 2 in copper to race 1 here in bronze. We see a dead heat finish for the podium, and Takumi Lee just holds on to 2nd from Felix Young. Yeah. Felix Young, they gave it all willy, but unfortunately he will have to settle for 3rd, which will be a good consolation for him nonetheless.
Yeah, he got too close to Takumi Lee out of the bus stop chicane, and that's why he wasn't able to overtake him. So still, 3rd place is good for the driver from Hong Kong, but we are looking at Zuriel Sumodobila, the winner, and now the championship leader, I think. I think he will be leading the championship now. So a very good race 1 by the Filipino driver.
Yeah, I think you're right, Alex, because he was just only 9 points behind Gav Quintos, and Quintos had an absolute disaster race. In fact, he was already out 5 laps earlier, so 24th right now. And yeah, looking good here for Sumodobila to take the lead of the championship and possibly run away with it.
Gav Quintos, championship leader, he did not finish the race, so he's going to start at the back again. A bit of a disaster for Gav Quintos. You can see he's there in the pit lane. The top 15, I think, get to take advantage of the reverse grid, so he's not going to benefit from that reverse grid for disaster for him. But fastest lap for Sumodobila as well. So good job by the Filipino driver.
Wow, wait. As we run through the provisional results, we have to wait until the penalties come in from the stewards. Sumodobila wins ahead of a fighting Jonathan Kumili in second. Third place was at the line, Felix Young. Fourth, Duque. Fifth, Sayco. A good day for the Filipinos. Top 5 having 3 drivers. 6, Wong. 7, Zikri. 8, Gonzalez. 9, Ferguson. And 10, Amir.
Okay, so we've got 40 seconds to go before race 2 starts. This will be a reverse grid race as usual. I believe it's the top 15 that reverse grid will be reversed for this race. So some of the drivers who did not have a good day, like Gavin David and Gav Quintos, they're not going to take advantage of the reverse grid, and they're going to just be at the back. So already a very bad day for them. I really enjoy these reverse grid races though, because we really get to see the drivers attack each other.
Yep. And we saw that just now in the copper class, where we had plenty of drivers who were right at the front. In the first race, they had a struggle to get by, as is a good start for Nazir Azman. One of the cars behind him there looks like Rio Emanuel. He got bogged a bit, and he's been swallowed up by his fellow countryman Rizki Ramadan. Coming into the first corner, Nazir Azman leads. Second was, Ken Lau actually got tapped there by one of the Indonesian drivers, and he's out of the race already. That was Ramadan. As more contact. Oh, there's a car in the air. Oh my word. That is a messy start. We saw that in the copper class, and we see it again here in the bronze class. We're going to have to wait and see who was behind it that got involved. But so many drivers bumping and boring into the first corner. This is absolute mayhem.
Wow, in the mid-pack there, Zikri there, right in the middle. But right at the front, Nazir Azman did it all perfectly through the first 2 corners, and he's got a small gap. He's not won in a race in ERGP before. He has finished on the podium in round 1. I think he finished 3rd. But wow, he would dearly love to win his first race in ERGP. Further back, Momo Lua from Singapore in 2nd position, Kent Lau in 3rd, and Adam Amir in 4th position. Oh look, and Francis Angelo Gonzalez is in 5th position.
Here we go. Now, we got Francis on board last time when we were in Road America. He was so gutted when he got taken out by one of the David brothers, I think, for coming through the uphill section at Road America. He was so gutted, he was slamming his steering wheel. And he's smiling now, but actually he was smiling earlier. Now he's fully focused because he's got his fellow countryman right behind him. They're gonna have to work together. I said they had to work together here, but they got an advantage here from having a draft. Oh, there's mayhem in front. He's up to 3rd in the space of just 1 corner. His luck was Lady Love was smiling on him there. He's now up to 3rd, 2nd even, as there was a collision between Ken Lau and Momo Lua, I think, because they were 2 orange cars. So the 2 Singaporeans collide. The 2 Filipinos make up the positions.
So that's very fortunate for Gonzalez. He'll be thanking his lucky stars there. Adam Amir in 3rd, Sayco in 4th, and look at that, Adrian Ferguson up to 5th position as well. Adam Amir, whoa, he's going to try and go the long way around both the cars. Oh, that was a bit adventurous there, and was not able to make it happen.
Well, he got a smoke but no cigar. As now, here's Francis Angelo Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes around the outside of Voltaire Sayco. This is teammate on teammate. They wouldn't want to collide each other. They nearly did just now at the bus stop. But luckily for them, still 2nd and 3rd. As we now see Nazir Azman right in front, pulling away slightly from this lot.
Let's not forget Nazir Azman winning this race at the moment. This will mean so much to him. I know him personally, and for him to win this race would be a big deal indeed. Sayco in 2nd position at the moment, and Gonzalez in 3rd. Adrian Ferguson 4th. And Singaporean Adam Amir in 5th position. Although he's just overtaken, no he didn't. Ferguson managed to just hold off the position.
Wow, side by side they're coming on to the oval, back onto the oval. As wow, look at that. Ferguson, Amir and Zikri, wing to wing even, coming into the oval. We're looking at Voltaire Sayco now. This is the Filipinos up there in 2nd and 3rd. We had a Filipino win already, courtesy of Zuriel Sumodobila, but Sumodobila unfortunately in 16th. Now we're viewing Adam Amir. He goes around the outside, coming to the bus stop. Does he get the move stick around Ferguson? Ferguson holds firm, and a slight there from Amir, but they actually give each other a lot of respect there, the 2 Singaporeans. Even though Ferguson, I think he's a Brit based in Singapore, but whatever it is, they give each other a lot of respect. On board now with Adam Amir. They come into the oval again. We see a bit of a battle pack forming. First is running away. Second and third are together. Third, well, the rest, fourth, fifth, and sixth. As you can see, Zikri right behind Amir. They're trying to take Ferguson for fourth.
Oh, Zikri goes past Adam Amir. The slipstream is so strong, the drivers have to be very careful about where they hold each other up. We saw that with Felix Jung in race 1. Going sideways to the bus stop chicane really compromises them. Oh, Ferguson, he runs wide, just about gets away with it though. Holds the position. And Zikri now looking to the outside in turn 3.
And he goes again. Ferguson goes deep. So does Adam Amir. Because he's not batting anyway, he's just going offline. But look at that. That Zikri now up to 4th. Ferguson made 2 mistakes in the space of 2 corners, and that has cost him dear. He's now right in 5th. Now he's back in 5th place.
Do that. Zikri is there taking deep breaths. He's made the move. He now needs to keep calm and not make any mistakes. Don't want him to do a careless mistakes because it would just allow Ferguson to get back through again.
Now then, coming up to the oval. The battle pack really closing up now between 4th, 5th, and 6th. While 2nd and 3rd, they're actually basically working together right now. They don't want to get involved in an engagement. They want to actually just work together, try to get into each other's draft to get away from the guys behind, but not lose touch of first place. And it has worked. Look at that. Nazir Azman is within the sight of Voltaire Sayco.
Yeah, this is where having teammates can be helpful. You don't want to be battling through this corner, the bus stop chicane, because it just ruins your speed. So they just work together. Oh, and it's really closing the gap to Nazir Azman there. Slipstream is strong, and we could see the other guys coming close because Zikri is not that far either.
Wow, wait. So it's going to be a Malaysia Filipino with a Singaporean and then a Malaysian right behind. But I think this might be too far right now for anyone who's in 4th and below to challenge for the win. As we see Francis trying to go to the inside of Voltaire, while Ferguson is up the inside of Zikri, side by side, coming across the line here, almost like Corvettes back in 2016 during the Daytona 24. But it's not for the finish. It's still 9 minutes left to go here. Here's Ferguson up at the inside. Outside goes Zikri. Ferguson has the line, and he holds the door shut. And he gets up to 4th place now. Would he hit? Now he will try to chase up to 3rd. Here's Angelo Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes already outside, with Sayco just holding on to 2nd for dear life right now because they got Nazir Azman right within their sights.
Wow, so it looks like they're not working together now. The Filipino teammates do not look like they're working together now. And they're getting very fisticuffs, shall we say. The elbows are coming out and they're trying to barge aside. They want to have a go, see who can have the first go at Nazir Azman.
Meanwhile, Henrico has a driver penalty. Again, another driver ignoring slow yellow flag warnings. Not going well here for the guy who is in the top 5 in the championship coming to this race. He'll be out of the top 5 for sure now by the end of it. As we go focus. Oh, another one. So he's got 2 in a row. So, that's just disaster for the Singaporean.
Francis there looking over the back of Sayco. He's going to get the drafted. Let's see if he lifts, or is he going to try and take him before the bus stop chicane? Oh, he's got a good draft there. He's not lifting. He's going to try and overtake before the bus stop chicane. This is going to help Nazir Azman big time. Gonzalez decides to get out of it. That was the right thing to do because he would have compromised both their exits. But Sayco makes a mistake. He has a messy exit. Oh, and so then now it comes. They didn't really help each other too much. Francis got out of it to help Sayco, and now he tries to go around the outside. Not really getting the slipstream right at the right time, so he has to tuck back into the inside of Sayco, back into the slipstream now. Now he'll look to go around the outside. But again, now it's a long way around as they go across the finishing line now. And meanwhile, Nazir Azman out in front.
Oh, look at that, Angelo Gonzalez. That's real focus on his face. He's normally smiling. We can call him the smiling assassin, but unfortunately, he's not smiling this time around. Maybe we have to wait until the end of the race. Here's Nazir Azman, the Malaysian leading the way. It'll be the first Malaysian win in the bronze class for this season, I think, if he holds on to it. But he had a lead at one point. Now he's going to have to fight for it tooth and nail to keep this lead ahead of 2 very fast Filipinos and his own countryman Zikri, who's in 5th, closing up as well. He's fighting along with a Singaporean Ferguson. Ferguson still holds on to 4th. Around the outside, here goes Zikri. Does he make the move mistake? No, he doesn't. Ferguson holds the inside, but he comes on the switchback. Yep. No, not this time either. But again, they have to work together.
Yeah, they have to work together. They can't keep scrapping like that. If they work together, they will close the gap to the top three. Ferguson in the green car, Zickery in the red and white car in 4th and 5th position. Further back, Gav Kintos, the championship leader, has done a really good job to get back up to 6th position. But he's quite a way off the battle of the top 5. Back at the front though, Sayco there. He's looking that again. Ferguson has Francis Gonzalez has a tough decision to make because he's coming up to the bus stop chicane. And does he want to go down the inside? He doesn't, because they'll just slow each other up. So yeah, he backs out of it. Oh, Sayco's so good through here. Sayco's had an excellent corner there. And he's had very good lap there by Sayco. Very good corner there by Sayco. And that's broken the gap to Gonzalez and has put him really close to Nazir Azman. Azman now has the Filipino driver breathing down his neck as they go through the last corner, turn 12. And you see Nazir Azman is going to cover the inside here. Sayco's going to go the outside. This is a good chance to catch up. This is where you want to slipstream because you get a big effect here because it's a high speed. But no, it's down through this left-hander. Azman with a shorter way around the corner holds the lead into turn 1 now.
Wow, Nazir Azman will probably be sweating seeing that former BMW colored car going around the outside. This time, he still holds the lead for now. But crucially for Sayco, he's got a draft. And Nazir Azman doesn't. He goes a bit wide. His teammate goes on the inside. And Francis Angelo Gonzalez takes second. He really wants this win right now. He has Nazir Azman right in his sights. The battle for the lead has heated up in this final 5 minutes of this race. Look at that, going through the king at turn 4. Angelo Gonzalez goes on the inside. Sayco goes around the outside. He wants to get back at him, but unfortunately, Sayco has not made the move stick against Azman, and he has paid the price for it. Angelo Gonzalez has the impetus. He will now try to go for the win, unless, of course, they both collide, which is almost inevitable because they've been close to each other this whole race. They have the lead in sight, but they also want that win. It's gonna get desperate between these two, as the battle between both of them has increased the gap between Azman and themselves.
And Ferguson is closing on the gap to the top 3 as well. This battle's helping the 4th and 5th position guys. But let's go back to Sayco now. He's going down the outside, so Gonzalez has to govern the inside. They're not working together. This is really going to help Azman. But whoa, Sayco nails that. He's so good through the bus stop chicane. He is so good through there. And that is, I tell you what, that's making his race. And it's really important to be quick through the bus stop chicane because that corner sets you up for the long drag to the checkered flag. And that could be very crucial in the last lap of the race.
Wow, and look at how much when we went on board with him, you can see how much he was leaning from left to right. He's going along the car. He is in the zone. And now he is in the zone here to take the lead of the race. Again, he tries to go to the outside. Take 2. Sayco versus Azman. Azman holds the inside line, as you should. Sayco on the outside. Will he make the maneuver stick? He's got the line. He's got the advantage. And he goes around the outside a long way around. Does he take the lead? Yes, he does. But Azman's on the inside. He can fight back. That no. Azman has to relent. And he has conceded what could have been an easy win due to backing off. And now Sayco is up to first with Angelo Gonzalez there. A bit of a tap against Azman. He goes around for the switchback. And he's up to second. So it's a Filipino 1-2. Azman second. Azman third with Ferguson fourth. This has gone completely pear-shaped for Azman. Third could be the best he could hope for right now as Voltaire Sayco is pulling away. Oh, up to the inside of the grass goes Angelo Gonzalez. This has kicked off here in the final 3 minutes of this race.
Azman there, that was set up by Azman's mistake at turn 3. We've seen him make a mistake at turn 3 a couple times as they go through turn 6 now. Sayco though, he's right out in front. Has he broken the slipstream? 1.5 seconds behind. You have to wonder, Azman, what's he doing up there? He needs to get down low on the apron for the shortest distance. As they go side by side, him and Gonzalez through this long turn 7. Wow, Ferguson's was second off behind him as well. Zickery is there as well. Look, they're touching behind. It's all kicking off, like you said, as they go through these last few corners. 2 more laps to go.
Oh, man. Well, I wish we could take a breather, but the action's hard right now. We're gonna look through the comments because we got word from Edward Wong himself that he got squeezed out from all sides to hit the wall, and that was probably terminal for him, so he's out of the race. We got Oliver Aquino, who's got Area 13, and he couldn't enter the game at all, so that's him out of the running. And Mike Anthony Nocom, I think that's Axel's father. He says that he's using automatic transmission right now, so no match for the guys who are using manual that can match their own revs. We got plenty of plenty of fans supporting their men and boys here on track.
Azman mixed to the front. But look at that. It's become a four-way battle for second position. The leader is gone.
Oh! That's Ferguson, and he's hit the back of that could have been Gonzalez. It is Gonzalez, and he's dropped back to fourth, and Zikri's now up to third. He's battling with his fellow countrymen for the second place on the rostrum. But here comes Gonzalez back onto the inside. Brave and late braking maneuver. The Filipinos and Malaysians are at it hammer and tongs here for the final step on the rostrum.
Zikri looks at the camera and almost runs off the track. Manages to recover. Gonzalez is so good at that turn 3. We've seen him overtake these drivers quite a few times. Sayco, he's out in front. Is this going to be the last lap? It looks like it, so he'll probably go on to win. He's broken the slipstream, but it's still going off for the battle for second position.
And Felix Young has been given a drive-through penalty. He's going to get a 30-second penalty anyway by the end of this race because there's no way he could deserve it on the last lap, which means it's another free position for the fan favorite in the comments right now. In this particular class, Axel Nocom, he's in 13th. He made his way all the way back from 24th up to 13th. What a drive from the kid.
Really, really good drive indeed. So Zikri now looking the inside. I'm surprised Gonzalez doesn't cover the inside. But now through the bus stop chicane, they're actually in a good position. Nazir Azman is actually looking vulnerable here because it's about this exit, and Gonzalez has a great exit. Zikri has a messy exit, and Gonzalez is the one with a good exit. Look at that. He's now got the slipstream. Oh, he's going to the outside too early. He needs to time this perfectly. But Sayco, he's going to win this race. Sayco, look at him. He's celebrating as he crosses the line. He's happy with that.
And he shows Sebastian Vettel finger there as Voltaire Sayco crumbs across the line and takes victory here. A brilliant victory after a battle through the pack. Second will be Nazir Azman. Miraculously, he could have been a win, but second is a good consolation for him. Third is Angelo Gonzalez, and fourth is Muhammad Zikri. So it's a Filipino-Malaysia top 4 with a Filipino in 5th in Gav Quintos. What a race.
But Sayco, what a good race by Sayco. He timed that perfection. He was battling with his teammate, but when he had the opportunity, he got the break, and he had to be perfect for that lap. That allowed him to break the slipstream of the cars behind. Also helped that the cars behind were fighting over each other as well. But yeah, really, really good win by Voltaire Sayco.
Oh, man. And we run through the rest of the field that were right behind this battling top 5. Adam Amir, out of nowhere, well, actually, we're not out of nowhere. He's just been right there in the top 10. He's 6th. 7 is Yevon David. 8th, Rio Manuel after that terrible start initially, where he actually got swarmed by the field. 9th is Sumodobila after winning the first race. He will take away that. He'll take that for his championship. It's still points nonetheless. 10th is Ferguson. Now, Ferguson, he was up there in the top 5 as well. Top 6, actually. Batting for the win. He just dropped back. He faded away in the closing stages. And credit to Axel Nocom, the fan favorite here right now in the comments. He's out to 11th. Brilliant race. He'll get some points, but it will be still points nonetheless, despite having not the weekend that he would have hoped for. 12th is Felix Young with that drive-through penalty. I think he might have been penalized even more by race end. Chad Johnson, the American, in 13th. Adam Cordolock is 14th. And to Jonathan Kumi Lee, the final points in this reverse race in 15th.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Manuel there gets fastest lap. Confirmation of the results. Good day for Sayco. This will put him in the championship hunt. Maybe even the championship lead. Very, very strong result. But a good battle there between Philippines and Malaysia.
Wow. And it's a bit of a crisscross between the two countries, with Filipinos in 1st, 3rd, and 5th in the odd number positions, and the Malaysians in the even number positions.
Wow, okay, so exciting race again. Last lap drag to the line to determine the podium positions. Very good indeed. Sayco, though, great result for him. The championship is going to look quite close there because Gav Quintos came into this looking like he was winning the championship. He did not have a great 2 races, and he'll fall back into the clutches of the others.
Yeah, and the fact that with one guy out of the way, there's always another guy who's going to take over. And the fact that Voltaire Sayco, who had a bit of a iffy first race, shall we say, he comes back strong in the second one, and it's going to be a challenge between the Filipinos for sure, because we had 6 of them in the top 10. I'll be no surprise if they got top 6 all the way by season's end. They are looking good in this class.
Yeah. Okay, so we got the silver and gold class coming up next, but for now, That was the bronze class. Thanks for joining us on eRacing GP. We'll be back in a while.